The NHL preseason is well underway, and we still have three pretty significant RFAs without a contract. Those players are Shane Pinto, Jamie Drysdale, and Trevor Ziggs. Now, the Shane Pinto situation is a lot less complex. The Ottawa Senators only have a little over $100,000 in cap space currently. According to multiple sources, the Senators have only been willing to offer up a contract in the 1 year, $1 million range. It was reported that Shane Pinto is very disappointed in that offer from the Ottawa Senators, and he's seeking a salary in the range of $2.5 million, which I think is more than fair for a 22-year-old centerman coming off of a 20-goal rookie season. A 1 year, $1 million offer from the Senators is just not going to cut it. It has been rumored heavily as of late that the Senators are looking to unload the remainder of Matthew Joseph's contract in an attempt to free up cap space and get Shane Pinto signed before the season begins. Apparently, the Philadelphia Flyers are interested and could be a trade partner, so maybe we see something happen there, but that is pretty much the latest on Shane Pinto and his negotiations with the Ottawa Senators. The reason why I'm making this video, however, is because I really wanted to give my thoughts on what's going on with the Anaheim Ducks and Jamie Drysdale and Trevor Ziggs. It's very odd that the Anaheim Ducks, the NHL team with the most cap space currently at well over $16 million, are one of the final teams with unsigned RFAs, and very important ones at that. Ziggs and Drysdale are supposed to be franchise cornerstones for the Anaheim Ducks. Now, the fact that Jamie Drysdale is still unsigned I think does make a lot more sense than Trevor Ziggs, as Jamie Drysdale is coming off of a major injury. He played just 8 games this past season. He was pointless in those 8 games. It can't be easy to negotiate a new contract coming off of an injury like that, coming off of a season like that, especially when, as a rookie the year prior, Jamie Drysdale had 32 points in 81 games. And you have to imagine that that rookie season from Jamie Drysdale is what his agent and Drysdale are wanting to base these negotiations off of, but we are well over a year removed from that rookie season. So again, I think it makes sense as to why the negotiations between Drysdale and Anaheim could be difficult. The Ziggs situation though, this one just baffles me. As I'm sure most of you know by now, as this was reported over a week ago, but apparently the Anaheim Ducks are only offering Trevor Ziggs an AAV in the range of $3 to $4 million. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I do believe sometimes that Trevor Ziggs is a little bit overrated by some because of his style of play, the flashy goals. But even with that being said, $3 to $4 million for Ziggs is just downright disrespectful. Trevor Ziggs is one of, if not the most important players in the Anaheim Ducks organization. A 22-year-old centerman who was your 9th overall draft pick in 2019, coming off of back-to-back 23-goal, 60-plus point seasons. Even if it's just a 2-3 year bridge deal, $3 to $4 million, again, I think is just a disrespectful lowball offer to Trevor Ziggs, especially when you compare it to other young players across the NHL who put up similar numbers to Trevor Ziggs over the past couple of seasons. Guys like Cole Caulfield, Dylan Cousins, Matthew Boldy, all three of which who signed contracts with an AAV north of $7 million. In one of the recent episodes of the 32 Thoughts podcast hosted by Jeff Merrick and Elliot Friedman, Merrick asked Elliot if there was anything new in regards to Drysdale and Ziggs, and this is what Elliot Friedman had to say. Again, it's one of those things you're so careful to talk about, Jeff, because especially at this time of year, things can change with one phone call, but it just doesn't sound optimistic. Like, nobody I was talking to was optimistic about it. Like, the team just doesn't seem like they're going to budge. Ziggs just doesn't seem like they're going to budge. I don't think Drysdale wants to budge either. So it sounds like these two contract holdouts have all the makings of something that is going to bleed into the regular season, which again, I just think makes absolutely no sense, especially when it comes to Trevor Ziggs. Like I said, I can see why maybe the Drysdale negotiation is really difficult, but with the amount of cap space that the Anaheim Ducks have right now, just get these guys signed. Whether it's to 1 year deals, 2-3 year deals, just get them under contract so they are ready for the start of the regular season, because this is obviously not good for their development, missing training camp, missing preseason, and I know there's probably no such thing as an easy contract negotiation, and these things are not supposed to be taken personally, but when it comes to this situation, given the fact that the Anaheim Ducks are lowballing Trevor Ziggs while they have the most cap space in the league, well over $16 million, I feel like for Trevor Ziggs, it would be kind of difficult not to take something like that personally. In my opinion, the Anaheim Ducks and Pat Verbeek are risking ruining the relationship between team and player when it comes to Ziggs and Drysdale, and I just don't see a reason behind it. Like, for what? To save a few $1,000,000? I know that cap space is one of, if not the most valuable assets an NHL team can have, but earlier this summer, the Anaheim Ducks had no problem shilling shelling out 10 plus mil in combined AAV to guys like Alex Killorn and Radko Gudas in unrestricted free agency, but they're being this stingy when it comes to two of the most important players in their franchise. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Things aren't adding up here. As always, I'm very interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this, especially if you're a fan of the Anaheim Ducks. Sound off down below in the comments. That's pretty much everything I have to say on this whole situation, so I'll leave it at that. If you guys enjoyed today's video and you're excited for the start of the NHL regular season, please be sure to leave it a like. That is the best way to show your support. And most importantly, if this was your first time checking out the channel and you want NHL content just like this all year round, hit that subscribe button. If you're an NHL fan, this is the place to be, and I will talk to you all again soon.